In this video, I will explain why, over the last few weeks, I have sold all my stock in preparation for what I believe will be a market crash, recession, starting 2022, maybe into 2023, and even as far out as 2024. But before I begin, let me provide a disclaimer. The information provided in this video is based on my own personal experience and is not to be construed as professional advice. I am not a financial advisor or planner, nor a CPA. The content in this video and the resources provided are for information and entertainment purposes only, and do not constitute financial, accounting, or legal advice. The author, myself, is not liable for any losses or damages related to actions or failures to act related to the content of this video. So, why do I believe we are in for a recession that may last a couple of years, maybe even a light depression? At the moment, we have seen the stock market crash to a point in time that has not happened since the major depression in the 1930s. With that warning and with that trend, I decided to sell all my stock. I must admit, I did wait too long as I sold at a 10% loss, but just seeing Amazon lose 14% of its value in one day, I feel lucky that I sold when I did. There are 14 reasons why I believe we're heading into a recession, maybe depression, though a small depression. The first one is prolonged dovish monetary policy. The United States Federal Bank, also called the Fed, is the central bank of the USA, meaning the bank is in charge of determining monetary US policies. Considering the stock market at its core, it is nothing but a system that allows the movement and balance of values from the Feds play a big part in this. Over the last few years, the Feds have printed trillions of dollars that have now entered the market. This means that the value of the dollar has been devalued, its spending power is now less, and somewhere we're going to have to make that up. Currently, we're in a bubble of market valuations. Companies are highly valuated since the bubble of 1990 and the real estate bubble of the 2000s. The next one is an extended bull market. For a while, the market has been so bullish that stocks have just risen and risen and risen. We're now hitting a plateau, we're now hitting a decline where stocks are starting to drop and will continue for potentially 1 to 2 to 3 years. Number 4, corporate profits are turning flat. Most corporations, or should I say a lot of corporations, are seeing their profits decline. This is due to the average consumer not having enough money to buy non-essential items, so we will see more and more corporations' profits decline. High cyclical adjustments, price to earnings cap ratios. What we're seeing is that more and more corporations' adjusted price to earnings is falling, meaning that their profits are becoming less and they have less cash flow to invest in their business. Number 6, rise in inflation. In the last year, rents in some areas have gone up 27%. Social Security provided a 7% cost of living increase for those on Social Security. That has been one of the biggest declines in history. The Buffett indicator. The Buffett indicator is a fundamental measure of stock market and where we're at. According to his Buffett indicator, stocks are overvalued and market caps will start to decline. Domestic and geographic uncertainty with the war currently raging in Ukraine that is putting a major stress on the world economics, on fuel, on uncertainty, and whether this war may continue. An inverted curve. Inverted curve is when several indicators, uh, interest rates, stocks, bonds, invert on lines, and this is an indicator of a market that is about to crash. Decline in vehicle sales. In the last year or more, vehicle sales are declining, new vehicle sales, when we're also seeing that second-hand vehicle sales are increasing. Declining house values. House values have been slowly dropping, and this year alone have dropped around about 2%. A black swan event. What is a black swan event? Unknowns that hit the economy. COVID-19 in 2020 was a black swan event. The terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001 was a black swan event. The Soviet dissolution was a black swan event. Any of these events or something similar could put the stock market into a depression, recession. With that, I will close, and thank you for letting me share my opinion.